Hello and welcome to another video. So with the expansion right around the corner, I thought why not take a look at all the cards that have been revealed so far. So we're going to go through a couple of classes at a time. We're going to have a lot of these videos coming out. So we're going to start with Forest and Sword. We're going to try and keep these videos to about 10 odd minutes roughly. And we're going to go over all the cards that are coming out for each class in those orders. So Forest, Sword, Rune Dragon, Shadow, Blood, and Haven, and then neutral. So we're going to have 4 videos worth of content coming out in a very short period of time, so hopefully you guys enjoy all this. So we'll start with Dryad. Not a bad little card. Clash, give an enemy follower -1, -0. Not too bad. Probably use it against Argus. Oh, well, actually, Clash effects won't work against Argus, so yeah, it'll be okay. Then we have Ivy Spellbomb. Deal 3 damage to enemy follower, then deal 2 damage to enemy leader if at least 2 other cards have played this turn. Another not too bad card. Beetle Warrior, Fanfare, gain +1/+1 and Storm if at least 2 other cards are played this turn. So, the Storm effect gain is awesome. Being a 4/5 is cool. With the Evolve, it becomes a 6. Well, sorry, it's a 2/3, then becomes a 4/5, plus the 1/1 on top of it makes it a 5/6. Not too bad. A 5/6 Storm. Only gonna play 2 cards before it. Not bad for an aggro style deck. The next one is Sibley. At the end of your turn, give all other followers +0/+1. Another just kind of boosting card. Not bad with a 1/4 stat line. So pretty bulky, so it should be able to take a few hits. We've got Brave and Small. And it's not that great with its basic stuff, but its Evolve isn't too bad at all. Gain +2/+2 if at least 3 cards are played this turn. Okay. So, my mistake. This card really isn't that good. Like, at all. Evolve +2/+2 is okay, but it's going to be at least 3 cards, so you're not going to be playing it unless it's late game. It doesn't have any Storm, it doesn't have any Rush, it doesn't have any other abilities, so it's pretty average. We got Man-Eating Mangrove. So, whenever an enemy follower attacks your leader, deal 2 damage to that leader. To that follower, sorry. Not too bad. Interesting amulet is Countdown 2. Really good against aggro-style early decks. So between this and Blood's card, we're going to have a lot of anti-aggro starts for these sort of decks. We got Elf Butler, a 4-drop, 2/5, okay stat line. Ward, that's pretty good. Whenever you play a Forest follower, that costs at least 6 play points. Subtract 3 from the cost of this card. So you can basically get a 1-drop, 2/5. Not bad. Mighty Dwarf, Clash, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. Nothing too over the top here. Pretty simple silver card. Dealing 2 damage to the enemy is always pretty good. You use it for rush, you could use it for a finisher, but it is pretty late game, pretty bulky. So, be interesting to see if this does see any play. Then we got Fairy Cage, Gold Amulet. Whenever you play a card, put a fairy into your hand if you don't have one. So, this card isn't that great, honestly. It only works if you don't have a fairy in your hand, so you could, I suppose you could cycle fairies out of your hand first and then play more cards. But yeah, and the best card I would say of Forest so far, Jungle Warden, Gold. Ward, enhance 10, summon a Jungle Warden, give all allied Jungle Warden Storm. So this is at what, turn 10, 8 damage, plus it has Ward. And if you evolve it, you're going to actually get 10 damage. So it's basically an Albert, but for turn 10. And it's split into 2 cards with Ward. I'd say that's actually better. Crystalline Aaron, I don't know. Ward, Fanfare, restore 3 defense to your leader. Enhance 8, recover 1 evolution point. Pretty bloody cool. That's a good gold. You can't go wrong with that. Restoring 3 defense, having Ward, having a good body, being a 6-drop. Enhancing to 8 to recover an evolution point. Not a big gap between 6 and 8, so it's not that bad. And you're setting up defense. There's nothing bad I can say about this card. It's really good. Then we got Elf Queen, one of the first legendaries for Forest. We have Fanfare, restore X defense to your leader. X equals the number of shadows you have. Then change your number of shadows to 0. So since shadows aren't that important to Fairy Forest decks, it's only important in Path to Purgatory, which at that point you're probably going to win anyway. So Elf Queen's just kind of a heal. I would say it's better than the other one because it's relying on shadows. You only need, what, 20 shadows to have a full heal. 19 shadows because 20 you're dead anyway. So 19 shadows and you get full heal pretty much. Alright. And Deepwood Anomaly. Things that people thought would be quite overpowered that I think is just kind of average. Whenever this follower attacks the enemy leader, deal damage to that leader until the defense drops 0. Really good. Turn 8 finisher. Well, turn 9 finisher because you're not going to be able to attack when you play it. It's a little slow. I would say it's balanced. I wouldn't say anything else. It's just balanced. There's not much else to say. So, that is the first half of this video. Now we'll move on to sword. So we'll go to the end of sword here. And we'll start with the bronze. We can start with the Dundril because it is at the end here. It is a legendary, but it is spawned off another legendary card, so it's not like swords getting 3 legendaries. Enemy followers, spells, and amulets can't do more than 4 damage at a time. Not bad. It's going to be really good when I go and explain that with the other things. Spring Cleaning. At the end of your turn, randomly discard one of the highest cost cards in your hand and then draw a card. Ooh, definitely interesting. It's got the discard mechanic, which is quite a good mechanic. I don't mind that too much. Is countdown 3. The highest cost card kind of sucks. It's kind of the reverse of most of the dragon cards. That's interesting. It's something different. Naval Guard. Enhance 6. Gain +3/+3 and ward. Pretty average. Not bad for a 2-drop. Vanguard Bond Frog. I like the frogs. They're pretty cool. And the end of your turn, gain ambush. It's pretty good. Every turn you're going to have ambush, pretty much guaranteed on that. I should just went sideways, whoops. Tristan of the Round Table, fanfare of an allied commander is in play. Gain last word, summon a Tristan of the Round Table. Wow, so if you can set this up on a board where you have a commander with ambush, it's basically infinite Tristans, surely, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, no it's not, because fanfare's first, so no. Yeah, if an allied commander is in play. Yeah, so fanfare. So you're going to get 1 extra Tristan. I just had to think about that for a second. Yeah, so that's not bad. Pretty good. Now, probably one of my favorite cards for sword so far, Luminous Standard. Whenever an allied commander comes into play, gain +1/+1. Like, give it +1/+1. So, wow. You know, Albert becomes what? I don't know, a 4 something, a 6 basically attack with the evolve, which is what you're normally aiming for. So that opens up a lot of doors for a commander deck, and I can't wait to build something with it. I think it'll be an amazing card to play and be quite enjoyable. Then we've got Shrouded Assassin, Ambush and Bane. Another officer, so it's pretty good. Got an okay stat line, good Bane, Ambush is always good too. Can't go wrong with it. Luminous Mage, they're really pushing Luminous, that's pretty obvious. Commander, 5-drop, 2/3, stats are low, but its ability, summon a Luminous Knight, and evolution points won't be used when you evolve allied commanders. This is the part that is insane. This card alone will build you a commander deck. Every commander you play, evolve it, first go. Like, how do you explain that? That's insane. Like, there's only one other deck that does that. I can't remember what it is now. Top of my head, I can't remember. Fairy, sorry. There's a fairy card that allows you to evolve fairies for free. But this allows you to evolve any commander. That thing sticks on board, you're screwed. You screwed your opponent over. Like, that's going to be it. SwordCraft Silver, Commander, Jolly Rogers, Fanfare, randomly gain Rush, Bane, Award. I'd say this is an average card because if you're going to evolve it, Rush is useless. Bane and Ward are quite good, but I would say Rush is only 50-50 on the good side. Now onto the golds. Fanfare. All allied officers can't be damaged or destroyed by spells and effects until this follower leaves the area. Another big blockage card. So you play this, none of your other officer cards can be hit. So you could build an interesting officer deck with this. Support Cannon, another card for the commander style deck. Whenever an allied commander is played, deal X damage to a random enemy follower. X equals the attack of the commander. If there are no enemy followers in play, deal X damage to the enemy leader instead. That is the crucial part of this card. That very final part. So dealing X damage to the enemy leader when there's nothing else on board. You know, you drop this turn 5, turn 6, you drop 1 or 2 commanders. Turn 7, you drop a couple more. You're going to see a lot of banishment coming in. I can see Dragon being probably the best counter now to any deck that has amulets, and most of the decks are going to run amulets now because they've got some amazing support. Onto the next gold, Captain Walfred. Another commander card, so something you might fit in your commander deck. Give +2/+2 to all other allied followers. Give all allied officers ward. So if you did put this in a commander deck, you will ignore the officer effect, but the +2/+2 is really good. And Gwaine kind of looks like Albert when you look at it. Very similar in design, I guess. I suppose because they're all part of Sky Knights. Whenever this follower attacks, subtract 1 from its cost of all commanders in your hand. So definitely something you would run in a commander deck, especially with the evolve. Because you play at turn 4, you play at turn 4, you evolve it. So you'd run 3 of these in a commander deck probably. Maybe 2 of them might be better, but still, either way, that's an amazing card. And now the last legendary, Roland the Incorruptible. So, SwordCraft Legendary Commander. Another commander, so it fits in a commander deck. Ward, which is good, gives you a good body, so block. Fanfare, summon a Dundrel the Incorruptible, which is the card we looked at before, if there isn't already one on the field. So, basically, this is going to be something that works well against Argus, because Argus will only be able to deal something like 4 damage, so that is more limiting. Means other cards, big cards, won't be able to deal lots of damage. I can see this working in a really heavy control sword, maybe not into a commander sword. But it's definitely an interesting card, and Sword has gained a lot of nice ward commanders, which I like, so good to see that happening. So if you want to catch the next part, we will be looking at Rune and Dragoncraft next. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to go check that out. It should release shortly after this one, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.